Start Book 2 of The Treasure of the Magi, a study of modern Zoroastrianism by James Hope Moulton. So, Book 2, The Parsis, starts with Chapter 1, The Community. Lo, it is a people that dwelleth alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Every visitor to Bombay finds out the Parsi before he has crossed the first street. Slim, spectacled gentlemen in European dress, except for the white trousers and the black coat buttoned up to the neck, are noticed at once as Parsis from their headdress. The varnished paper-covered cow's heel hat, are the round, stiff, gray felt with its rim of color standing out. Still more conspicuous are the Parsi ladies, surely the most gracefully dressed women anywhere, with the brilliant colors of their sari daintily crossing their black hair and hanging over dresses of European fashion, but of hues that no northern complexion could stand. The visitor who knows only the principal streets of the beautiful cosmopolitan city that keeps the door of India will soon conclude that half of the population belongs to this interesting race, which he has so soon come to recognize. As a matter of fact, the Parsis, when merely counted, supply something like 4% of the population of Bombay. Their total numbers only amount to a lakh, or a little over. Nearly half of them have crowded into the city, which has long been their metropolis. The remaining 50,000 odd are scattered over various centers in India. By far the largest number are in Gujarat, which, as we shall see, was the scene of their earliest settlements. The ancient towns of Asari and Udwana retain not only historical relics of their early days, but large colonies of residents of the community. Surat, Rohtak, Ahmedabad, Pune, etc. have a large Parsi population. Karachi, the Land's End of India, has a considerable Parsi colony, which the writer has reason to remember as the first which he was introduced. Right good care they took that the earliest impressions of their community should be very pleasing ones. But, indeed, those impressions ran no risk of being obliterated elsewhere. In London years ago, in Bombay, in Pune, in Hyderabad, Deccan, in Utachamund, in Ahmedabad, and, last by no means least, in faraway Calcutta, the friendliness of the Parsi people was vividly realized, and their deep interest in everything concerning the honorable history of their small but distinguished race. Well, tribe, yes. Race, no. Really, you got two races right next to each other, the Persians and the Hindus. Of course, there's issues with both those words, but yeah, that's accurate enough. Oh, and the Kurds are going to say, well, no, well, we're not Persian. Okay, well. The note of intense clannishness suggested in the last paragraph is certainly the first one to strike in any description of the Parsis in India or elsewhere. They are found whatever business enterprise may take them. They are said to be 200 in London, where they are easily recognized as making themselves at home more readily than any other visitors from the East. Western clothes and Western ways sit naturally on them. By far the most highly educated of the Indian peoples, with English at command throughout the bulk of their number. They are more accessible to Western ideas than other Indians. The following table of population is made on one kindly supplied by Dr. Modi. Bombay, 50,931. Surat, 5,458. Asari, 4,221. Karachi, 2165. Pune, 2158. Baroque, 1948. Ahmedabad, 1426. Bandra, 1318. Pulsar, 1179. Bellamora, 812. Hyderabad, Deccan, 808. Baroda, 708. Nagpur, 547. Calcutta, 467. Gandevi, 461. Mhau, 427. Aden, 384. Thana, 378. Bhuvnagar, 329. Jhansi, 301. There are, of course, many places, such as Colombo, where there are smaller settlements. I believe that there are 200 or so in London, or were a few years ago. The above table accounts for 3/4 of the community, apart from those in Persia. Now, Persia is a different community from the Parsis, and there's certainly differences in religion, and there's a gap in the lineage of hundreds of years for some reason why the Persians were able to continue their tradition under Muslim rule, but the Parsis have a gap of their lineage of tradition, which is honesty. At least they didn't make it up. They pride themselves on their loyalty to the empire, which many of them have served with distinction, or tried to manufacture evidence. They are accordingly well qualified to act as mediators between East and West, for with all their understanding of the West, Eastern they are, and thoroughly Indian in sentiment. A most disproportionate number of them have risen in commanding positions among the Indian public men. It will be enough to mention one name, that of India's grand old man, Dadabhai Naoroji, who a generation ago was sitting in the House of Commons as the first representative of our Eastern Empire, and now is spending the hale, quite eventide of his 90 years in the pretty bungalow on the coast north of Bombay. Among the dead, none deserves grateful memory more than B.M. Malabari, gentlest and kindliest of souls, fearless in every battle for the weak, and wise beyond any of India's reformers in realizing what she needs most of all. Side by side with these may be remembered the merchant princes whose benefactions impress Parsi names on people who find it difficult to pronounce them.